That's where I lose my mind in some ways, but it also makes me a little untrustworthy, right? Because then it does become about me as opposed to us. So this is something about shared power. Yes?
I just want to piggyback on the accountability and what you've been saying, what if they're pretty much most of what we believe is wrong. So this idea of every accountability is really from the inside out. And so each person being accountable for their own actions and their own beliefs and the way that they do things and how they treat people, and regardless of position in an organization, that anybody can call. I mean, you find gentle ways. Maybe it's a look. Maybe you have a certain fun sound. It rings, and somebody knows that they need to check themselves. But to not have that defensiveness around the gifts of somebody, drawing attention to something that you don't like about yourself and you would like to change.
That's an important piece, right? Because what if we stop being accountable to anybody else? And we're just accountable to our own hearts. And that's our own hearts. And what if I stop being the arbiter of what you should be accountable for? But that's where righteousness is. I'm going to hold you accountable for this. Well, we see how that power dynamic is already in play. I have more power, he has less power. So how do we be accountable with one another, as opposed to one another? How do we build relationships? So the organizations are just organized relationships. That's all they are.
Yes.
They're just stratified or organized people, bodies of relationships. What if we were accountable with? And I'm not talking about let's create flat organizations. There's hierarchy. I'm not judging that. Yes, I'm thinking about it, but I'm not judging it. My organization is a hierarchy, and I have power in it. That's true. How I use it is another thing. And it's important for me, since I have more positional power in my organization than anybody else in it, I have more responsibility to pay attention to how it's used. I am not, and we don't play the game of, oh yes, we're all the same, because we're not. Frankly, I can fire any one of them. They cannot fire me. That's a fundamental, real shift. And I think the real power differential, I think a lot of nonprofit leaders make the mistake of thinking we're all the same. We actually aren't when it comes to power. Our values as human beings is not questioned. But power is always in play. So being transparent in some ways is about being clear about power. I have some more than you sometimes, and you will have more than I in other contexts, but let's be real about that. Where were we? Yes?
I feel for me, I don't know what power you have. You can collaborate, cooperate. You're not, you're powerless.
Same more, sister.
Say it loud.
Say it loud.
I said for me, if you're care about how powerful you are, if you can't collaborate and cooperate, you're powerless.
Why? Oh, sister, everybody talks about wanting to collaborate. Everybody wants to collaborate. Everybody has a partner now. You know what I'm saying? Or the fun is love, you so let's create collaboration among them. It's not easy to collaborate. It's not easy to collaborate because issues of power are always in play. And an organization may come together with another organization. If they're not talking about how power differential is in there, it's almost impossible to collaborate. And that's where the lack of transparency often falls down. Because we really don't want to say, yes, actually I have a budget of $13 million and you have a budget of $2 million, and that's gonna bring different things to the table. So being clear and honest, so there's courage in here in terms of collaboration. Being able to tell the truth. Well,
Financial liability?
that's helpful too. Tell me about that.
So initially I thought stability, and then I kind of pulled back from that. Really, like an organization that has you count on having the same budget every year. You might get lazy. You might get, might not stay on top of things. Reliable meaning you're not spending all your time just trying to figure out how to. You're not spending all your time and energy focused on how to keep going financially. Take that base and work toward your mission. Spend more time on your mission, less time on your funding.
And that's a tricky one too, again, because we're embedded in systems. You say some organizations are more important than other organizations. Some missions, and I don't use that word very often, I use missions, the Native Americans in California do not have a good time with the mission system. It's not good for them. So we use the word purpose, right? A purposeful organization. Who gets to decide who gets supported or not? So I hear you, but people do better when there's financial stability, for sure. I know that everybody's going to get their paychecks next week. That's better for us. Okay, so we've got a diverse, mysterious, fun, strong, spirited, important, valuable work. Everyone feels valued. There's laughter, expertise of various kinds. There's transparency, accountability, fun is medicine. We've got shared power, collaborative, and financially viable. I want you to go back to your, so this is the vision.
Actually makes a difference.
Well, that'd be helpful. Makes a difference.
Availability.
That means we're effective.
Yeah.
It's much more fun, I have found, to be in an effective organization than an ineffective one. Brother?
Pride.
Tell me about pride.
Well, sort of, like what we talked about this morning about, being balanced, this and that. Like, we need to take pride in the fact that we're doing great work, and most of the people that are suffering are actually the ones that are most in need of pride. So, like, if we're not prideful in ourselves and the work we're doing, how are we going to transcend that pride and that self-esteem and then, it almost borders on the line of the fun aspect of it. I've been in some of the weirdest situations, with homeless people or really suffering situations, and when you can find that moment of joy.
We'll put joy. That's an important word.
It is really a beautiful thing. And it can be found in the most, in the toughest situations.
That's right.
It can be found and nurtured and developed. And one thing with communities and people that are struggling is one of the things they need most is learning to feel good. I mean, even with the school system and this and that, like, a lot of the responsibilities do start in the home, in the community, with family and friends, and we need pride.
Can we put trust up there?
That would be good. Trust. Why is that important?
Both internally and externally. So people who work for organizations should be able to trust in their coworkers, the leaders within the organization, so you feel secure in your job and you can do a good job externally, and the organization as a whole needs to be trusted in the communities that they work in.
Okay. So here we have this list of our organization. I have never in my life encountered an organization that looks like this. We get closer and further away from this vision. Right? If this were the list of things to which I would have to hold my organization judged by, we would go home tomorrow. So that's where vision we have to do something So if we're going to talk about how this manifests in our organizations, I want you to be mindful about this maybe sensitive conversation we're going to have. And we're not going to let it leak. So I'm asking for a certain amount of confidentiality here. And I'm asking that we not judge each other as we talk about this. We're all struggling with it, and there are no perfect organizations. So, but I do want you to, this is where you're kind of